Hello and welcome to Vet Talks. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about one of our missions. We were in Afghanistan, and there is an election coming up, and oh, sorry, spam. There's an election coming up, and I think it's Kaiser. I don't remember who it was, but he made a promise. He wanted to make a road that goes from the top of Afghanistan to the bottom. He wanted to connect them both, because normally there's these little dirt roads, and I remember they had these what were they? I think they were Hondas or Toyotas, some old Corollas. I think they were Corollas, and they would take these Corollas and they would jack them up. They would make them like Jeeps, basically jack them up, and so they're all that's how they would get around, these little cars, and they would just go through little river ditches or whatever. So they wanted to build a road where you can have a lot of commerce, and basically he wanted to fulfill a commitment he had made. Okay, so we're going to take out these engineers. We're going to take out these big bulldozers and the military engineers and stuff like that. But unfortunately, we're going into Taliban territory. This is where their domain is at. So we're assigned, because I talked about killer cooks. We got the killer cooks, right? So I'm part of that unit, right? And so we're going to go in there, and we're going to be part of the security. We're going to go in there and set up an area to where every time the bulldozers are working in an area, we're going to secure the area, and as they progress, we're going to progress with them. So real quickly, we start to get some small skirmishes that come out, and because we're constantly going up and down this road, they know our pattern. So they put the IEDs, or they're literally burying mines underneath, where we normally travel. So we're used to just traveling down these roads, and we're not really thinking anything. And then sure enough, they take out a vehicle, and we quickly realize that these guys are, they're seriously trying to hamper anything we're trying to do. So we push up into this one area. Now we also had some hired Afghan security, and when I say hired, these guys weren't uniformed guys. They weren't military. They're just a bunch of like basically gangs. We just hired a bunch of gangs, or somebody hired a bunch of gangs to just go out there, and you would have like a guy in charge of them, and they walk around with their AKs, and they're a presence. Well, one day, we're sitting there, and I would drive around with just, we had a little Humvees when you take the doors off or whatever. It wasn't any, up armored vehicles at all. It was just, it was like a cargo Humvee. So we're driving around, and the guy, the guy would always tell us, hey, come have tea with us. And, well, okay, we drink some tea. We're trying to build that rapport with these guys, and, we're trying to build, trust with these guys. Now, like I said, these guys they're not military. They're not, that's not their thing. So I'm used to talking to one of the leaders, and he stops, and you get interpreters, and they kind of you at this point we have an interpreter, so we're able to have these conversations. So the interpreter's telling me, look, there's a garden down the road that there's 10 Taliban right now are over there in this area. But these guys don't want to go in. They're not going to go in after these guys. Heck no, because Taliban are more aggressive. They're more determined. They're more vicious. They're vicious people. And these other guys are, like I said, they're just hired guns. They're just there for the money. So they don't have that, they're not fighting for anything. They're just there, trying to, I guess, make some money. But they tell me, because they had about, I don't know, the guy at the moment had about 12 guys with him. And he says, hey, if you go with me, if you go with us, we'll go. If you don't go, we're not gonna go. But if you go with us, we'll go. Psh, too easy. Let's do this. I call her, hey, we're gonna go, and then we got a contact. We got a confirmation. We got these Talibans in this area. We're gonna go, and we're gonna get them. So I get in, like I said, it's a cargo. Hey, get everybody in there. So we load them up. We're driving down. I remember one of the captains. We meet up where the site's at, and I tell him, "Hey, sir, these guys ain't gonna go unless I go with them." And he's like, "Wait. Let's wait for some backup." Like, no, sir, I gotta do this now. We gotta, we're losing. Because I've been in this situation before. Because this is my second deployment, but when I was in Iraq, I did that waiting game. When you got your hands where you can get a hold of these people and you just, whatever. No, sir, we got to do this now. All right, well, what are you going to do? I didn't have no radio with me, and I said, well, I'm just going to take this gunner with me because he had a 203, a grenade launcher. I'm gonna take him, and we're gonna go over here. And we're gonna go up this mountain. We're gonna go after these guys. As long as I got all these, Afghan guys with me, because they got all the good, not just the AKs. They got those, the Russian machine guns, and they got some hardware. So I take these guys, and we're going up this mountain. And as long as I'm with them, they're, because I remember the captain said, well, I'm gonna try and get you some air support. I'm gonna try. He's gonna try and get some support, something. So we're going up this mountain, and as we go up this small mountain, right, in the distance, way out there, you could see the Taliban saw that we were coming, and so they started leaving real quick. And I'm fully, I got all my body armor and everything, and they don't have anything. They just run around and they're used to this environment, running around on mountains. It's just, to them it's nothing. So they're quick to get out. It's easy for them to get away. So they're running, and I remember I told the guy, okay, they're basically out of distance. They've gone too far. But I tell the guy, we're gonna do a show of force. And I said, when I start shooting, I want everybody to shoot. I want that big machine gun that you got. I want it to go, just go all out. We're gonna shoot in the direction where these guys are at. And I told the guy with the grenade launcher, I want you to start lobbing grenades. HE, no smoke, just HE, the explosives. So and these machine guns are going out, and we're making this big old show of force, and everything's going on, and all of a sudden, for whatever reason, something catches my eye. I look up, and I see a B-52 is flying over us, high up in the sky. But when you see a B-52, you know what a B-52 is. It's huge wings and everything. It's like a World War II plane, but very effective. We still use them. So this B-52 is flying up across over our heads, and he's popping out flares. He popped out about 5 of them. Beautiful. What do you think the Taliban thought about that one? You got us crazies up here shooting our guns and everything, and then I'm pretty sure they saw that big B-52 going over there and saying, "Hey, we got your back," because you don't know this, but they listen to everything. They're able to listen to all our conversations. So when they hear me, hey, we're going over here, and we're gonna go up, and they're listening. And oh my God, I got to give it to my Air Force. Great way of show of force. And with that being said, I will talk to y'all later.